Perhaps it's just simply because they haven't needed to as well. But they've got a lot to work with here. Nano Visor potential, or a Nano Blade, but zappis with one of his own up top, found 2-3 already. Huge plays coming out from the Finnish Genji as he tears through them, exactly what NiP needed.
Both supports and AKM going down. You really can't ask for too much more than that. And zappis, who's a self-proclaimed newcomer to Genji, said he only had to pick it up in the last couple of months. And people have definitely questioned his performances. Definitely worked out there. A Dragon Blade in time saves 9. Didn't even need the Nano Boost. Nicely done.
Only had to use 2 ultimates to manage to take that as well. Now they're in a decent position to storm forwards. Rogue
Herbs there perhaps as uNKOE is definitely poised and ready to hit that Transcendence if he needs to.
Poke battle as well, see who can do most damage to the opposing team. Zuppehw's fallen though as well, so that forces it out of kynnel. And there comes the Transcendence from the other side on Rogue. They're starting to get the picks though over on NiP. They're so close to this checkpoint. 30 seconds, 20 left.
Attack fires was pretty important for mafu, was so low. You knew we had to be careful about coming forward, and uNKOE does punish him. Always a destruction, aplenty to the face. It's a heck of a lot on zappis' shoulders right now. He needs to do some damage, but comes knocked straight through into the fight there. He and uNKOE now, it was a 2v2, but uNKOE really gave a good account of himself to find kynnel. Now the pulse from going on towards the D.Va, and hymzi can't do much about that, trying to get some healing from the Orb of Harmony and get away, but he's going to be desuited and ejected from the payload area as well. Fragi off in the distance, I believe that was an Earth Shatter. Doesn't really seem to have amounted to too much here. He charges onto the payload and over time continues.
It's carrying on, but only just. NiCO's mopping up here. He gets out his broom, sweeps away the debris, and that's going to be NiP locked out in the streets. You don't often see teams just get... Still no switch up from their composition, seeing if they can make it work. They've scouted it out though now. They know exactly where it is, and the Torbjorn falls immediately. That's the turret down as well. They've used their nano boost over on NiP to keep Fragi alive and stall the points, but not really getting too much pressure on any of the squishy targets.
Swoosh, that just fell apart completely for NiP.
Yeah, they just hit the flip. I didn't really see what happened, but they presumably found the Torbjorn, and they just dived in with the Discord, and he just got blown up. They're so good at seeing if someone's out of position, and I think that's what happened. They saw a target and...
Nowhere, they always have a plan.
Well, I don't wonder what the plan is for NiP now. NiCO's found that Dragon Blade and it has left it sheathed. zappis walks straight into that as well. uNKOE just dishes him death with the Orb of Discord, sorry, the Orb of Destruction shot towards the head. Pretty much the same thing. Discord of Destruction is what's being sown here in the NiP ranks, and Rogue is sailing on a crash course with the finish.
This is gonna be a stagger. Someone has to touch the payload real fast there.
They've got Fragi with the Primal Rage as well, just to buy time for the rest of their team to get in position. But both support ults have also been used. Real dire straits here for NiP. And the Pulse Bomb up top takes out mafu, so they don't even have the damage on top.
And the high ground control as well is not going to be present. Fragi going to have to try and use that Primal Rage, but guess who's up there? AKM, and it don't matter. It's going to be Rogue getting across the line. 4 minutes and 10 seconds they had. Didn't even get to now. hymzi on the Roadhog as well, something we really haven't seen a lot of today at all. Still though, double DPS, zappis and mafu going to be playing for that role, and again, no surprises from Rogue. I don't know why we even mentioned it, but to start with, zappis finds uNKOE. Something he struggled to do in the earlier game for NiP was to assassinate the enemy Zenyatta.
Great flank from him to be able to open things up. Mafu as well. As soon as they lose a single pick, they're losing so much damage and healing from themselves. NiP are able to work this one forward. hymzi manages to save himself there only on 60 health. We really haven't seen that many Roadhogs, as you were saying. They have made it here, but 3 ultimates on the side of Rogue.
99 now, there's no going back. NiCO, Dragon Blade surely going to have to come out here, and he's been backed up by Nox quite nicely. 2 kills already, one with a switch strike, and uNKOE again finds Fragi. This Reinhardt finds no solace from the Zenyatta. The Orbs of Destruction chase him all over the map, and hymzi will be desuited. He will be demarked, and that will be the overtime ticking down. Rogue take the first round despite NiP having such a strong start.
That was unreal. The pivotal moment. And NiCO on the D.Va as well. They've made that switch off. Maywall coming out from zappis. He used to play tons of this back when it was a triple tank meta, or 3+1 with at single DPS. He is actually incredibly good. Look at these icicles coming out, catching soon in the back. And they managed to take that first one. It's great, particularly on Village, because you can just wall off this top left entrance that almost all of the teams come through. Healing everybody up, so it's been a decent situation for them. Surely going to be somebody blocking this from Rogue. 88,
no,
9.
Not again. Oh god, it's a career all over again. Fragi, Earthshatter comes down. It's not as effective though as it probably otherwise would have been here. Still, it's a 2-for-2 fight. Fragi though swinging hammer pretty much through the entirety of it, and zappis has a pulse bomb ready to go, but we're in overtime here. Rogue had to go, they had no other choice, and NiP knew it.
Still overtime ticking down. Rogue lost so many players here. NIP, they looked good when they started out this stage. The May worked well for them. So much time on the
more open, as you can see. And for NIP, they're not messing around with May early on here. It's going to be the 76 Tracer combo Rogue. Who would have thought? No changes yet. AKM opens up with a beautiful little rocket on towards Zuppehw there, but it's traded out. It's a 5v5 fight right now, but mafu's going to get chased down by Soon. He is in the backline. He is the backline. But hymzi found two himself. He's been chasing down those damage dealers. And it's been all about Rogue right now to flip it in their favor to start.
Both of the Tracers doing a huge amount of work here. Soon is doing phenomenal damage. While all of the tankier people fight forwards on Ninjas in Pyjamas, Rogue have to back off a little, force out a support ultimate, and then disengage. Here comes mafu, seeing if he could target that, I think, onto Soon, but doesn't really get value out of it. And AKM on the other side is ripping through them. 3 kills already, a 4th. He didn't even have the tactical visor for that. That was insane tracking. hymzi's found 2 in the backlines, but this is Rogue all the way.
Evisceration and Rogue right there, naming the remains of NIP on that one. It's going to go 2-1 here in this best of 5. God, it's so anticlimactic. They cut off the noise like this so quickly. I like the gong. It is a Pharaoh with no mercy on Village.
I think they're anticipating the May. They realized that they were going to get locked off. They want to get the damage in anyway, and they know that they don't have the Tracer to try and put additional damage into them. But AKM's really not getting that much value out of it. And while he's flying around in the air, having a lovely time, the rest of his team is getting destroyed on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that Pharaoh would be probably the least, dominant sort of pick in AKM's pool of heroes.
Especially if they know that hymzi plays a really good diva as well. I'm quite surprised.
Poking each other. They haven't actually started to commit yet. Both got the sound barriers, as you were saying. Those are going to be the first ones that come out. There was Fragi with the Earth Shatter. Did he catch anything?
No. I don't think so, no. I think he was hoping to catch maybe one of the Genzis on the high ground. The problem is with Reinhardt's changes now as well. You don't get caught from it at certain heights from the ground. I think it's like 2 meters now instead of 3.
Yeah.
So if you're used to them being a certain height and knowing you can shatter them, you might need to get used to it.
If you're in the apex of your double jump as Genny, you don't get shattered anymore. Yeah. I think he was trying to shatter the Genny, but unfortunately he didn't get him.
And that's Rogue. Like, they used just both of their support ultimates towards the end. There's nothing that NIP can do. They kind of...
And he, of course, benefited from the nano boost, but there's a Transcendence still remaining for winz on the Zenyatta, by the way, which is not something we see every day, I should mention. Soon as well, working around the side. zappis struggling to find any space to work in. Zuppehw finds winz at the very least, but there's a pulse bomb here. mafu needs to make good work happen with his tack, but he gets blocked out. A lot of it, at least gets the D-suit.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to pick up the baby diva as well with the help of zappis. They actually got a huge amount of value out of that one. Finally broke through after they'd taken a couple of picks over to the right-hand side, just burst through the front door. And a minute and a half left in their time bank. They're going to get additional time here as well, but that was reasonable play from NIP, I think.
That looked really good for Rogue. They got key ultimates out, but Zuppehw managed to get a really key pick on winz there, who had the Transcendence, so they snowballed from there.
It needs to be responded to. You can see how quickly, desperately, NoxXx is trying to get to grips with mafu would prevent his damage coming out, but he can't really. winz had already fallen before the fact, and now AKM is playing shield shooting simulator, and Fragi just bops him over the head for his audacity to even challenge.
NIP are getting a really great exchange here, but it's still difficult. They've got 2 ticks, but these spawners are going to be coming in thick and fast. And Rogue have been pretty good at delaying so far. NoxXx really good at being able to stay alive. Zuppehw keeps his team alive as well with the Transcendence of his own, but mafu's still up there just peppering damage into everybody with his soldier.
And I mean, the mental bandwidth of Rogue right now is 2 tacks to go up and deal with him, at least the way it seemed. But AKM found him across the map with a Helix rocket. That's brilliant. Now he's been neutralized on that high ground. We're hearing so many of these meat shots. It's great. hymzi just slapping people around the head, and it was soon to fall that time. zappis gets a decent on NiCO. Back to the Mega, and that might be enough. 2/3 for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Soon making plays on the point.
Man. Wants to try and walk through the door, but guess who's back? It's NoxXx. He does go down eventually. The bubble will obviously help him, but mafu couldn't do too much trying to walk in. So selfless from NoxXx. He's low, didn't even get the Mega, and still jumps on mafu to stop him from dragging out.
He's an absolutely great Winston as well. It's been a fantastic transition for him, moving over from the Lucio to the main tank role for this team. NIP forced to use it. Oh, that's a great Earth Shatter, though, from Fragi. Catches AKM just as he was coming up top with the Nano Visor, and both ultimates were actually used before he died as well.
I'm pretty sure, though, they hit AKM with the kitchen sink on the way through, but it don't matter because NIP have managed to capture this point. Started off getting 2/3 and then a nice completion. AKM could have gutted
performance today. He's neutralized Soon in a couple of key situations as well, but Soon's on the warpath now.
Well, that's a rare miss with a pulse bomb there, but mafu not really missing anything. It's because he can't actually, but NiCO doesn't care. He comes through the Dragon Blade. It takes some bravery to look Attack Visor in the face and still swing for the fence, and he found it. And now zappis in the 1v1. Now it could be a grudge behind this one. He gets absolutely slaughtered. AKM, of course, to be fair, had a Helix Rocket. We'll give that to him. A Roger on the point now to capture.
Here's one of the problems, though, with switching your compositions. If you're not running a comp that you're comfortable on both A and B defense, you have to switch it up. And Zuppehw's made a swap here from the Zen over to the Ana, and that resets the ultimates right back down to 0. Rogue had already invested.
Visor, or if they're gonna hide from that, or the blade.
Sandbarrier really doesn't give you too much protection as well. Rogue have got to be smart with how they force it out, though. If they put pressure on kynnel, he has to pop it, though. He doesn't want to die.
Dragon Blade going to come through. He might not have a choice in this one sideshow. NiCO, though, again, discretion, the better part of valor for a Genji that's on the front lines. He gets behind the pillar. He avoids that self-destruct. So, you know, in turn, nicely done by hymzi to zone out with that move. uNKOE on the high ground, going to use that Transcendence to make sure that AKM is being kept tip-top, but it's the pulse bomb connected on towards uNKOE. zappis looking for more targets there, but he needs to back away from the fight with AKM, who coincidentally has that Attack Visor. Removing him right now would be massive, but mafu has one of his own. Looking for AKM. Has to hide for the most part. There's a bubble in his way as well.
They're switching over to the Mei as well, going full stall comp. They've got the nano boost available for them, but they really can't contest the positioning of AKM up top. Taking the nano boost has mafu as he's behind the point, seeing if he can get any kills. They're just going for the delay at this point, waiting for their spawners, seeing if they can get one last push onto the point. There's no tank available for Rogue.
I think we're pretty much done here. I think, yeah, it might be these two, and that could be it. Depends how closely together they die. The boot, will that get it done? You better believe it. It's going to be Rogue. They get it done with 3 minutes and 34 seconds up their sleeve as the smoke clears.
Fragi was actually trying to deny the soldier high ground, but winz. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's 10 seconds left, so there's no choice now. NiP have to stand and deliver, and they've got no ultimates to work with here. Soon's going to have a pulse bomb. He's the first up. NiCO not far away from a Dragon Blade, but Soon finds Fragi now. Now he's going to push for more. There was a shield on towards Zuppehw, but it doesn't matter. He left a little present behind. It was a pulse bomb. 3 kills over the course of that fight, and the Dragon Blade now going to come out. NiCO's looking just to de-suit the D.Va and send her packing now, looking for the Tracer, and zappis. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Rogue are coming for you. And that's going to be it. Holding them outside of the gate. And now they've got ages to get 1 point, boys.
They've got so much to charge up that EMP, and a single fight is going to get them a tick. Just absolutely. There is no question of it. 3 minutes on the clock. He's already up to 60% as well.
He just got landed on by a monkey and cut in half by a Cyber Ninja all at one time. There's just nothing you can do about that. Soon moved off. Can't save himself with the translocator, though. It's not Unreal Tournament anymore. And uNKOE's going to find the head of Zuppehw, though, as well. Traded back by Fragi. He gets the charge on the big body of Nox, but NiCO's going to go straight towards him here. And this is falling apart. It's a shambles. And then NiP have got no one to blame but themselves. Rogue push straight on through. And they will have this map and make it 3-0.
They saw the soldier behind the rock. They all dived him at the same time.
On the other side, but AKM's going to be knocked towards the ground. And we know Fragi likes to do this. He likes to accost people. And again, going to give AKM the slapping around with the hammer that he maybe had coming.
Rogue's the second air shattered nano visor.
Yeah, and it seems like he's kind of saving them. He doesn't want to use them against the Rogue comps just to try and get value out of it. He's just saving them for specific circumstances. How did KnOxXx?
Oh, he turned it around. He actually hit the charge. That was beast. Dude, he was going to go down to the next swing of the hammer. That was sick timing. If we're he's found that Lucio. He's looking for a little bit more, but he's also very cognizant of the fact that there's still a Genji and a Tracer at large on the other side. uNKOE gets taken down, picked up by the D.Va no less here in the sound barrier just to make this that much more robust for NiP.
That's working really well. Rogue forced to engage through a really tight choke point. Huge amount of damage done. mafu's already built a lot of energy from the previous composition and just came...
Pressured so hard.
40 seconds left.
They're going to focus Fragi here.
He gets the Zenyatta out of the way, though. The Transcendence Zenyatta gets knocked up against the wall. Sure, no damage, but he gets that healing area away from Rogue at the very least. NiCO is down, but so is kynnel now. NiP have an opportunity to press forward now, but uNKOE just won't be messed with. Fragi has died again with his Earth Shatter in hand. You cannot allow this to happen. 15 seconds left and NiP are pushing forward. At least they had the advantage in that fight. At least they have their numbers. They're going to push forward now. 10 seconds remains. This will be into overtime one way or another. But an Earth Shatter is going to be good to deal with the trickle in of stall.
Fragi's going to be able to get back into this fight as well. They got so many clutch kills on Rogue there, and Soon falls as well. Zuppehw with a headshot. Now Fragi's in position, and there's no forwards pressure onto him. The pulse bomb, the frag. Oh, Fragi's getting the kill there onto AKM. They're trying to push this one forward. Only 4.5 meters from the end. again.
Surely this is possible now. Fragi laying down that Earth Shatter, netted him a kill, and now zappis has a lot of room to work with. Yes, Nox, of course, there's a lot of bluff and blunder on the point. That's all he can do. It is just him trying to swing his fists to keep NIP off this point, but now the sound barrier's got to come out here. AKM benefiting from that one. On the Diva, no less, of course. I mean, why not? Pulse Bomb again. Soon has stuck 2 Pulse Bombs in 2 consecutive fights on 2 supports. That is big to try and shut down NIP, but it may not be enough.
Oh, mafu has to use his tactical visor there. It was the biggest target that they had, and he lights up the kill feed. Everybody dying, only Nox left. That's going to be it. Surely they're going to be able to complete it. NIP, that was just their attack, but the tension, this is the last opportunity.
My in-game fantasy.
Just taking selfies.
That's it.
Tweet
exactly.
them out.
Right, Fragi, a little bit low after the fact. Oh, good lord. He got so low without a transcendence, a Discord on him as soon as he rocked up. He was chunked.
And their focus fire is so excellent coming out from Rogue. They create opportunities, windows for themselves that other teams wouldn't be able to create, and then they take advantage of them so well. Rogue are playing fantastically so far this tournament.
And NiCO has a blade here, and Zuppehw is not.
There was a follow-up there from zappis. I didn't see him on screen right then. Transcendence also came out pretty quickly. NIP have lost so much of this second phase out that they have to go big in this fight. But there it is, NiCO again. He turns on a Fragi. You saw Soon just pick off Zuppehw. He can't get any freedom away from this Tracer. Soon is laser, pinpoint focused on removing the supports from the fights here. And NIP, they don't even get a say in the matter.
It's so rough. They pressured him so hard, so Zuppehw is forced to use the ultimate just to get out of the
Both sides, and now they've been able to clutch it towards the end, but this is crunch time.
It's Dragon Blade time as well, I think, and you better believe it. NiCO going to bring it out. There's a Transcendence to contend with again and needs to reassess his situation. Survey the battlefield once again. And a bit of a slash over towards the head of a Transcendencing Zuppehw. It's not going to get him too much. 12 seconds remaining now. Soon comes in with a Pulse Bomb. A little bit of damage. We saw the hit marker, but nothing more than that. The payload needs to get there, and this might be a decent start for Rogue. Soon finds Fragi. The big tank is down, and uNKOE's going to be more than happy to come forward with that Transcendence and try and get this done.
Mafu as well with a tactical visor, but it's all getting eaten up. Apart from that last kill, Soon falls. That's a lot of damage being taken out of the situation, and these spawners are coming in thick and fast.
Oh my lord, AKM! It's an air shot on towards KnnOxXx there with a pulse rocket. Rogue will not be stopped here. They're in overtime, but they're going to push forward either way. It's the difference between winning and losing this map. They must finish it, otherwise it's a 3-1. They're going to lose the map there. We do see the sound barrier come out, and self-destruct out towards the back, but the bubble held just long enough. hymzi gets desuited as soon as he resuits. AKM gets them straight out of that one and then finishes him off, but NIP are not done yet. Sound barrier from kynnel, but that's all he can do. A triumphant yell, but no, Rogue get it done. Both teams absolutely neck and neck. They both finish the map in overtime, and when the music cuts out and I'm yelling, it sounds like I'm really being melodramatic.
But he got Discord and punished by zappis Tracer immediately.
And now it's not a good situation for Rogue. They have to re-engage in. They were hoping to hold them really early on, and every meter gained is fantastic for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
AKM coming forward now. Yeah, overtime is about to hit in here, and all Rogue need to do is wipe them off the face of the payload and ultimately of the map. And NiCO starts well. 2 kills come out from him, and now NoxXx is going to jump in. He's a secondary engagement in this situation. That's not a bad thing, but he gets hit by a pulse bomb. zappis drops it down. Didn't stick it, I don't think, but AKM's there. On the payload is hymzi. He's beleaguered, surrounded on all sides, and NiCO just dashes through him. The reflect, that's nasty, and a Dragon Blade. Why not finish it in style? Cuts the cake, and he cuts Ninjas to the quick. They're not going to get any more points in this map.
That's the problem with the tank. Here comes Fragi, and mafu is going to go in when he jumps out. This is really good.
Oh, that's really clever. You can actually see them switching out as they go. I wouldn't have noticed that, actually, if I hadn't brought it up. AKM hits a rocket on towards Fragi now. Look at this, already 25 seconds. This forward defense hold has actually been working really well from NIP. That's the headshot, though. That could be nasty. NiCO reflecting. And now Rogue pretty much have one more fight. AKM and Soon need to get back. They're going to be in overtime. They're close. It's going to have to be going off with a bang.
Yeah, that was fight here. Let's see if we can get a repeat with mafu and Zuppehw, maybe trying to get a pick-off on their soldier. Just rushing gas, try to get a good bionic grenade.
zappis has to not die as well, because as soon as he died at the beginning of that fight, it was disastrous for them. Fragi and hymzi just couldn't rotate the car enough.
Transcendence there, hastily brought out by uNKOE. As soon as he saw Fragi actually getting the nano boost, he brings it out, and that's beautiful stuff. Fragi, even with the nano boost, can't actually burst anyone down. He can't get the damage done. In fact, now, changing targets. The problem is Fragi's losing teammates, though. He's lost himself. mafu and Zuppehw went down. NiCO with a Dragon Blade now, but what can he do? He's getting booped around. winz finds kynnel. NiCO tries to reflect as much as he can. Finds zappis with the pulse bomb straight back in his face. He may as well stick it to his cheek and be done. Nicely done for Rogue. They're going to push through in a bit of BM there, as the egg is on zappis' face.
That was insane. That was a game of milliseconds. mafu had just got his visor, but NiCO got his Dragon Blade.